What's up, everybody? This is your boy Chris Reed Beats, back with another video. Man, life is lifing, okay? First of all, we got to say shout out to everybody that is in the place, okay? We got Ivan in here, we got Ibrahim in here, okay? We got, let me look over so I can see who else. We got Jaquil in here, okay? We got Sasha in here. K2 Nez came through. I appreciate you guys for coming to check out the stream. You know exactly what we are here to do. I even asked something earlier, by the way. We are accepting applications to Stankface University. Ooh, so that you can learn how to get your drums hitting in a way where people get that stank face. Okay, but you guys know what we're here for. It's finally here. It's finally, drum roll, please. It's finally here. VST3 in Reason. It's finally here. You guys know what we're here to do. We're here to go over the update 12.5 for Reason update. We're halfway through. Essentially, if you think about it, we're at 12.5, so we're half with the updates. We're right where we want to be, so we can start seeing, hey, what's Reason 13 gonna look like? Or, Reason Pro Studio, or, who knows what name is gonna be. You guys saw the video, right, where they showed you the little whiteboard. I'm sure the name for Reason 13 was up there somewhere. Just go back, really look at it real hard. You might be able to find it. But with that being said, if you are looking for the specific update notes, you can find them in our description of this video. And you'll also find some links there as well. If you have not clicked those links before in the past, be sure to go click those links now. They help to support the channel. And some of them are actually just free downloads and free goodies for you guys. So in the description, you will find the update info, and we're going to go through that right now so that we can get caught up to speed. First and foremost, VST3. Now, a lot of people have been excited for VST3. You guys let me know in the chat, what are your thoughts? How are you feeling? Have you had a chance to look at it? Did you get a chance to run the beta before it was released on Monday? What do you guys think? You guys let me know. First and foremost, we do have the VST plugin information that's really helpful. They have gone through and made VST3 possible, but not only that, they also added some graphical changes so that you could tell the difference between VST2, that broke stuff, and VST3, that good stuff, the royalty, I guess, because that's what you guys have been wanting. So, and I noticed that I did have like 2 VST3 plugins that became available for me to use inside of Reason, and it didn't make a big difference in my music creation at all. But maybe for you, it really did. Okay, so there's an indication if the plugin is VST2 or 3. We just talked about that. Increased the number of audio outputs to 16. So that's super cool. I think they were referring to audio outputs. Let me see. What are they referring to, guys, when they say increase the number of audio outputs to 16? I'm not 100% sure. I think they're talking about on the VSTs. So let me see. I'll pull up a VST right now over here in Reason, and we'll see if that's what they're referring to. It says they increased the number of audio outputs. So let's go over here. Let's see if that's what they're talking about or not. I just need to switch my screen real quick. Hold on. I got y'all, man. I got y'all. Boop. Boopity boop. Okay, here we go. Put this over there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to my instruments, scroll down. Oh, look at that nice gold VST3. Let's add this in, this moto drum. A lot of the VST2s were also available as, VST3s. It's not a, big change there. I'm gonna flip this rack around. Inputs. Oh, there they are. There they are. There are additional outputs there. Additional audio inputs and outputs. Haven't seen that before, so that's awesome, man. There are more outputs there, and they look like they're labeled green. This green labeling, I haven't seen that before either, so that must be something new as well. So here's the original VST2. Here's a VST2 instrument. Here's a VST3 instrument. As you can see on the VST2 instrument, there is no green indicator for these, but there's green indicators for these. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what they're referring to. So let's keep going with the rest of the update notes. Again, if you are looking for them, you can find the update notes in the description of this video. You can find the update notes if you're looking for them specifically, or of course you can go to Reasonstudios.com. You can find the update notes there. All right, so increase the number of audio inputs, increase the number of audio outputs. So inputs have been increased to 16, outputs have been increased to 64. If I could say the word, sidechain inputs have been moved on the back panel for easy access. So we have some sidechaining abilities, and that has been moved on the, it says it's been moved on the back of the channel input. All right, I'll just take your word for it. VST2 and VST3 versions are now indicated in the device browser. Increase the max number of automatable parameters in VST3 and VST2. So I really like that because, you know, at one point in time, I literally would create a combinator so that I could do this. But actually, if you open up the VST, right here at the very top, there's this button that says automate. I hope you guys can see that. It actually says automate. And when you click that, you can then click a parameter that's clickable inside of here. And if you click it, then you should be able to automate it. It just depends on if it's automating, you know, if it's something that is able to be automated. But it really just depends. You got to have the VST that will allow you to do it. I know that Arturia's will. Let me go to Arturia. I've done this before. Yeah, pull up the VST3 version of it. Maybe that's going to make my music sound better, you know. But we'll pull this guy up. When you open it up, here it is. You can hit automate, and then if you click on this guy, boom, an automation will appear. So you can automate that specific knob that you clicked on. So click automate, and you can click this, and now you have an automation for volume. So I was actually creating at one point in time, you know, I was creating combinators with these devices and then going through doing the routing so that I could have the ability to automate. I wasn't clear that I didn't see this button at one point in time. Trust me, it was definitely like before yesterday, though. It wasn't like yesterday when I did it, or maybe it was. All right, so cool. Increase the number of automatable parameters. So that's cool. Parameters are now grouped in automation list on the plugin rack device by the plugin developer in VST3 if implemented otherwise with generic grouping. Okay, so that's just about how you find it in the browser here, and depending on your grouping and of everything, you go here to create your instrument. You will see it now. So for example, Arturia, you can see, oh, here's the VST2, here's the VST3, and you can see it here as well. It's a grouping for just the VST3 and it's separated out. So awesome, cool, great indicators for us to see. Bug fixes: Akai MPK Mini Play, MK3 remote codec updated. So that's cool for those who are using the Akai MPK Mini. If you're using that, then you got to update for that. So that's super cool. And then a new version of monotone that fixes a bug where using send to track on a player could cause a hung note. Okay, and a hung note, for those who are unfamiliar or did not experience it, a hung note is like something like this. I believe this is what they're referring to, because I had situations like that. So you just would have this note that just would go on forever. It's just forever. So you would have your regular, you know, you'd have your regular pattern, and then you also would have just this note that just got played that wasn't supposed to be played that long, and it's just playing forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So awesome that they fixed that issue, if that is what they fixed. I believe that's what they fixed. I'm going to stick to my guns. Newer version of Mimic that fixes a bug where very short slices could play back more than a single slice in slice mode. Didn't have that issue necessarily, but I do love Mimic. Those that know me and know my production, I do indeed love using Mimic. I'm looking at it right now. I want to say everything pretty much still looks the same. So it doesn't look like, but it's weird. It was like, it kind of looks like they added maybe something to the graphic. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But y'all know I like using Mimic for sampling and stuff like that. You know, it's very easy to drop something in, go to slice mode, change to tone and everything, put the stretch to advanced mode, and now you got this. And then I like to press this playthrough. All right, cool. But it's not beat making mode, but it's just checking out the updates. So yes, so Mimic, cool. They fixed the bug with Mimic, so that's awesome. Fixed an issue where ReasonRack plugin could crash when loading a document in Bitwig. Okay, so yep, not for me. Fixed the bug where the VST screenshot feature would not function properly when using two monitors. These are very specific updates and fixes that have been applied. I'm gonna go, fix my. Let's read the next one. It says fixed a bug where the buttons were sometimes not accessible and save dialogues without resizing the window. Mac OS only. Fixed a crash that could appear when opening certain Reason files, Windows only. Fixed a bug where users couldn't write to external exFAT disk. Mac OS Ventura only. Now, I did also notice that there were some people who had some issues logging in on Monday. They had issues logging in to their accounts, updating. The people that I saw had those issues mostly were people who had M1 Macs or, Macs that, not Windows computers, but they had Macs. So I'm thinking that it's a Mac issue that they are having an issue with. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. We got Chris Joshua in here. What's good, man? Dropping in to say hello. Appreciate you. Congrats on being on Reason Plus Companion. Hey, appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna go over that news as well. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Chris. Ivan says, I didn't know how I had to reinstall Rosetta into my new MacBook Pro in order to run Reason 12. Yes, the Mac M1s are not running Reason natively. They run through Rosetta, which is like the same can be said for some video editing applications, Photoshop. That's just, computer language, how computers run and stuff like that. It's not something, imagine like you made something and it was like good to go with everything that it was made for. So you got Windows and you got Mac. It's like, cool, we made our program. Everything is working solid. It's working smooth on those. And then somebody decides, oh, hey, by the way, we finna just change everything. You know how we used to go on these processors? Well, we finna make our own processors, and they use different graphics cards, and actually everything is on one card. And so now we just changed the game completely. And it's like, oh, well, my program has to change too in order to work, properly with yours. So it's like, you got to fix that. You got to fix it. So it's not working natively, as they say. Native, basically just means, is it working, without added features or without, changing something to it? It's not. At this time, it's not working natively. So you got to do some different things to get it to work right. Jaquil says, Mimic is the truth. Chris says, Mimic is so good. Yes, Mimic is so good. I'm going to actually show you guys this track that I was working on. I'm going to fix my camera. Those are all of the updates for Reason 12.5. There are some important notes here. It says Reason 12.5 saves Reason songs and combinator patches in an updated format. If the new combinator widgets have been used, attempting to open such songs and combinator patches in older versions than 12.2.3 results in an error message that the song or combinator patch cannot be opened because it's too new. Okay, do we understand that? We understand the issue there. Once you go up, you can't go back. So if you're using Reason 12.5, then you save something or you use a combinator in 12.5, it's being saved in a new kind of Reason file. And because of that, you are not going to be able to go backwards. You're not going to be able to open it in an older version of Reason. If Mimic had a tempo sync feature, it'd be unstoppable. Balanced audio, I agree with you, sir. I think that it is. I think that that would be an awesome addition. I think it's interesting how the automatic slice mode kind of works how it needs to, but it's not like all the way there, you know? So like you can kind of like hit or miss. But like you said, if it had a dedicated time sync feature, that would just really that would be everything that we needed it to be, right? You know, we could have that and that be good to go instead of, you know, guessing or doing our manual increases, doing our manual slices. We could have that good to go. It's 12.5 only for Plus users. I have the purchase downloaded version. No, it's still Reason 12. It should be, to my knowledge, if you have Reason 12, it's an update for Reason 12. It's not a update specifically only for Reason Plus users, but I can do a quick check of that right now just to even make sure. I don't think that's the case, but I could be wrong because I have been using Reason like with a Plus subscription. So but I doubt that they made it just for that. But it'll tell you here. I'm on the website now. It'll tell you if it is for it or not. 12.2.5. 12.5. We're happy to announce the release of Reason 12.5. Reason 12.5 will also be immediately available in the Reason Plus subscription. Here's what's new in 12.5. I think that means that you can get the, I mean, if you have it, like for me, my installation process, as soon as I opened Reason, it was right there. It said update. So Jaquil, like if you're not seeing it, then, you know, log into Reasonstudios.com and, you know, find the update and try to download it from there. But mine usually, like once you open the Reason, it's like right here at the top, or you can go over here to, I believe it's help. And then you go to check for updates, right? So you hit check for updates. And then if you have an update available, it'll update. If not, you have to update it. It'll give you the option there to update it. Mine says Reason is up to date, so we good to go from there. Other than that, let me see this. Download Reason 12.5. Yeah, so if I'm on my, I'm right here, I'm on my actual, I'm on my account for Reason. So this is the, you know, it's just an update essentially. Reason 12.5, it's an update. So it's available. I think it's available both, but check and see, you know, what happens for you specifically. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys check this out real quick. I'm gonna fix my camera and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm curious. Which of those three sections did you guys like the most? If you liked any of them at all. If you didn't like it, it's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. But I am curious to know which one did you guys like? Which one did you vibe with? This first section, which essentially is like this dark blue section here, kind of gives it a cool little vibe. Or we have the second. I'm gonna tell y'all which one is my favorite. You got the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Sample version, and then kind of this version doesn't have the sample I use, but all right, cool. So I got the poll in there. While that poll is going, and we're gonna let you guys do that poll, make sure that you boom, flip me one of those if you can. I would appreciate that for the live stream to help us to continue to get pushed out by the YouTube master controllers. They're sitting there watching my stream saying, I don't know, are we gonna keep showing people this stream? I don't know, because I don't know, it doesn't seem like people are liking it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll go to this next. Let's go to this girl in the hot tub. Let's actually put her up. Okay. So while we are going through that, that snare on the third part was chill, but I like the overall of the first. For sure, Chris Joshua. Sasha says the second one. All right. While we're going over that, I want to show you guys the process for this track. I actually was debating on whether or not I was going to do like a video for it. So we'll just pretend like this is the video for it right now. Okay. Is that cool with you guys? Okay. I knew you guys would say it was cool. All right, cool. Appreciate you guys. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Chris Reed Beats, back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys another way that you can create your own samples inside of Reason, and you can chop those samples and create your beat. I just think this is the funnest thing to do ever, is to be able to create your own samples. So I'm going to show you guys this sample that I created, and I did it using Mimic. Oh, we lost the second one. I want to feel your... So that is the sample that we created. And you know how I created that sample? I actually created that sample by playing the piano and singing along to it. Only it wasn't just me that was singing along, because that would sound horrible. But actually, in fact, it was me and my wife. So me and Tasia was singing to this as I played the piano. And what I did was I had a microphone set up closer to Tasia than the speakers of my computer. And what that did was allow her vocal to come through a little louder than the piano. But then also I had some reverb. I just did some clever routing for the actual audio that was being recorded. And speaking of that audio that's being recorded, what I did was I took the sampling input and I went and I actually did a merger splitter from the full audio. I did a merger splitter from the full audio output, and I split that here. Oh, come on, I want this. I split that here, and then I sent some of it back to the master section. I sent some of the master section back to the audio output, and then the other one I put to the sampling input. So that way I can always just add and make a sample from whatever the master is playing. So whatever the master is playing, I can just add a sample from that. Also, another way that you could do that, you could hit this create audio track. These are just stuff I've been finding that you could do, super cool. Go to like a stereo input, and now you have this master section. And of course, I showed this in other videos, and other people have showed this in their videos too, but I wanted to show it in mine. Hey, Reason, can we get a shortcut to do the zoom feature? That would be super cool. So that way I could just like zoom in like real quick, like hold control, do my scroll wheel, zoom in real quick. That would be cool. I would really like to have that implemented. And of course, because I said it, you know what I'm saying, they're going to do it. No, that's not how it works, but it's just a suggestion. All right, so cool. Record source right here. If you have that clicked on, when you go to your audio, when you go to your audio track, you'll see this option, master section. And so now what you can do is you can actually record that. When you go to record, you can record it the same way you would record like a guitar or a microphone. You'll get that audio file right there. And then of course, to complete this last format of doing your sampling in this way, right click on that and then go to bounce as a new sample. So now you have bounce a new sample. Now you have this new sample here. Another trick that you could do, of course, make sure that you name your audio track. So baby, let's just call it baby when it's cold. So we'll call it baby when it's cold. And then we're going to record again. Cool. So now we have baby when it's cold out. We're going to hit bounce to new samples. Look at that. Baby when it's cold. So now I have the sample right there. It's named, it's titled. I can then add a new mimic, or I can add something else that I want to use to do my sampling. It's right there. Baby when it's cold. It's in your all self-contained samples. Baby when it's cold. I can load that in right there. And yeah. Baby when it's cold out. 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 And now you have that for a sample. But also here are all the self-contained files here. So I'm gonna show you guys the creation of this track. I'll let you guys hear what it sounded like in the beginning. So here's sample 1. The first time I did any kind of sample, I didn't have it routed correctly, so I just got a bunch of noise. Okay. Sample 2, I actually figured it out. So sample 2 is me. It's just me by myself. I really like that. Yeah, I really like that. So I started trying to make something with that, but I didn't like how it ended up coming out. So I did the same thing. I had a microphone, I had my piano. While I played the piano, I then also recorded that and made that into a loop. And I did that simply by pressing start sampling, and then it would start sampling the full audio of whatever is going through Reason at the time. Now, let's keep going. So we have that. It doesn't sound the greatest, right? I'm gonna move around so you hear different parts. So I think that, you know, if you got a decent sounding voice, you can, like, you know, get away with it. So you can figure something out. So that was the first iteration of it, and it just didn't work out how I wanted it to work out. So then we did another recording. Yeah, I still didn't really like it. So not really liking what I'm getting, but I'm still working with it. I'm like, nah, I really want to just do this, so let's keep working at it. You can hear my chair dying from me, like, moving around in it. It's time for a new chair. It's like, it's like, ah! Back just giving out on that sample. Back just giving out. So still me by myself. Let's see where we can go. Where does Tasia come in? Baby, when it's cold out, I wanna feel you next to. So that's me coming up with the theme, right? I'm coming up with the song. I'm coming up with the words. I'm like, maybe we do it like this. So haven't really added the keys to that part yet. So, all right, cool. So we moving along with it. So now we done got some of the chords. We got some of the keys. We got some of the things working with it. You know, it's coming together. It's coming together. I was really singing it too, boy. I was just giving it my all. I was like, look, we finna make this like the last video of the year. We finna really go off, okay? We finna make this the best thing we ever did. We finna go off. And I was like, yeah, just give it your all or whatever. But I'm still like moving around the microphone. I'm still trying to figure out how we can get the best sound. You know, I'm still trying to figure out how we can get the best sound. Still working with it. So, you know, with that, still haven't found the sound exactly how we want it. Baby, when it's cold out. Look, I added some reverb that time. You see what I'm saying? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it. I wanna feel your body next to mine. Your body next to mine, yeah. Oh, ouch. I'm not Simon Savita, that's for sure. All right, so let's keep it going. That's a little different one right there. So that might be something we can try out, you know, at a different time. It's like a different, not the same melody, not the same thing, but, you know, still working with it. So you can kind of hear my wife there. She's kind of starting to join in with me singing. You know, she done came into the studio. She done came into the garage. So she joining in with me. She kind of checking the vibe out. You know, she's trying to get involved with it and everything like that. So we're still working on it. We're still working on the track, right? We're still pulling it together, but I am liking some of the things I'm doing. For example, like this piano lick I did. Ooh, I really like that. So I was like, okay, keep that. We're gonna do that again. So I had her record it with me again.
I'm not singing off.
I don't like, okay, let's pick a different note. So sometimes you gotta turn into Barry Gordy, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta produce. You just gotta be like, nah, that ain't the note. That ain't the one. Don't do that note. That ain't the note. You know what I'm saying? Next time, record you or the missus on its own lane and play with the pitch correction. I know, but I like that idea, Mo Grizzly. But wait, hold on. This is supposed to be a pre-recorded video that we was working on. You distracted me, Mo. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Some people say that we could have actually recorded the piano separate from the vocals, and that's a good idea. I just simply was challenging myself in order to be like, hey, we have this moment in time where my camera died, by the way, but we have this moment in time where I was on the keyboard, she was singing out loud, and then we just made this sample, like a real true organic sample. If you listen to some of like those older like Drake sample tracks, if you listen to like some of those other like, you know, it just kind of seemed like, oh wow, that wasn't a song that they sampled. It kind of just sounded like a rehearsal. It was like, oh, we was all just goofing around at rehearsal. So-and-so was on the keys and we just played something, you know, it kind of reminiscent of like Erykah Badu, Tyrone. It's like, this just happened on the spot. It wasn't necessarily anything planned or structured or, you know, it just was like, hey, we just all was together and just did a one take, And it is just like, oh, wow, the one take just happen to be gold, right? Something like that. But yeah, for those that say that, that is definitely a way, you know, that we could do it. Definitely to do it that way just requires us to have more timing. We got to have our timing right. Got to have the stuff ready to go. It's definitely doable. for sure. So let's keep going into this journey of how we came up with this sample.
Next to me, I wanna feel your body next to mine, your body next to mine. Baby, when it's cold out, I wanna feel you next to me. I wanna feel your body next to mine, your body next to mine.
So now that was a really good recording there, right? That was a really good recording because, you know, the confidence was starting to come out. We were starting to get there. Me with my playing, her with her singing. We're starting to get there. I really like that one. I started building the beat around that sample, but then I told her, I said, you know what? Let's just do one more. You know, let's do one more of of this recording, right? Let's do one more recording so we can say we got a solid recording down, where, you know, we feel really confident about it. And also, she didn't like this part.
I wanna feel you next to me.
So that's a tritone substitution. She didn't like the tritone substitution. So because she didn't like that, she didn't like the way it sounded. She's like, oh, it doesn't sound right. You know, it didn't sound right to her. So she couldn't get into the vibe, you know. Baby, when it's cold out, I wanna feel you next to me. I wanna feel you. So she didn't like that, right? She didn't like it. So I was like, okay, you know, for sure, we'll take that out and we'll just play it differently. So we'll just play it differently. Cool. So we played around on the piano to get a different vibe, and we got that different vibe. So let's go back to our mimic. Let's go back to our mimic that we was working with. So we on sample 19, right? I believe that's the one that we officially use. Sample 20 and sample 19. So I use two samples, sample 20 and sample 19.
Baby, when it's cold out,
right there.
I wanna feel you next to me. I wanna feel your body next to mine, your body next to mine.
So that was the most confident take that we had, where she's singing, I'm singing, and I'm like, don't worry about it, because we're gonna pitch it down. You know, we didn't give our Whitney Houston, you know, rest in peace, legend. We didn't get our, you know, Jill Scott on or anything like that. I didn't turn into Brian McKnight, even though I got my black sweater on right now. We didn't do those things, but we gotta, you know, the pitch is there, the tone is there, you know, we got it how we wanted. The piano playing was on point. Okay, great. So now that we have that and we have that sample, now it's about organizing, and now it's about actually like putting the track together. Okay, so when it came to putting the track together, I really like didn't know which way I wanted to go. First I was like, hey, you know, let's like do like a multi version, you know, like version of this track where it's like, oh, we got like, you know, the beat starts off like this and then it flips and changes into a different kind of beat, and like I was really excited for that. That's where this came into play. There's some reverb there that shouldn't be there. I'm on the wrong thing. Been playing around with these parallel channels as well. So that's where we got that from. You know, that was actually the first iteration that we had, where it was like, oh yeah, let's just go straight from this. We'll just go straight from that into this. So that was the idea, right? We go from that to that. But then I was like, I don't know, maybe this could stand on its own. So then we did this part. So then we have that version, right? So that's where we just added some 808. We added some drums. We added these drums with a little bit of hi-hat movement. Where them hi-hats at? Not there, they're up here. Some hi-hats. You know, some 808 in that joint. And I really like that. I really like that. I really like that vibe that was created. You know, this sample, you know, 808, you know, this vibe that's created from this mood. We got the pitch down sample. Also with that, we had another sample that we were using. We had another sample. We had another sample that was here. So this is from another version that I had did. This is from sample 5. So we was going over that earlier. I told you guys I really like that. Yeah. I really like that. Yeah. So we brought that. Yeah. So we brought that in, and we were using the multi-shot for that. So we loaded in a bunch of samples, and then we set it to multi-shot. See, we started this, you know, it's all about Mimic. It's all about my love for Mimic as a sampler, all of the different ways that you can use it, the multi-slot, the multi-pitch, the slice, the pitch, all of these ways that you can use it, and just being able to have that stretch feature where it actually can stretch and play at a certain speed. Whereas before in the samplers like the NN19, the NNXT, you could do the sample, but if you raise the pitch, you also were raising the speed. And if you lowered the pitch, then you also lowered the speed. And so, you know, having Mimic to be able to work in both those capacities by speeding up the sample or by slowing down the sample and by being able to raise the transpose of it, that just makes it just a really awesome sampler. So we added in those chops as well. Now, so the process of this track actually happened over the course of some days. This definitely wasn't something that was like one day or one setting. You know, we worked on the sample together, Tasia and I, recording the vocals one day, came back, did the drums and 808s for this first version, this blue version here, another day. Like I said, started with this purple yellow Laker version over here to the side. But then most recently, a couple days ago, I was like, hey, what if we, instead of lowering the pitch, what if we raise the pitch? What if we raise those transpose and allow Tasia's, you know, the femininity, you know, the female aspect of her voice and character, let that shine through. Instead of it sounding like, love the guy, but instead of it sounding like Giveon, you know, with the low pitch down, you know, that's a style. Love that, you know, love his music, love his voice, love the timbre, clarity, all of that. Super dope. Giveon's dope. And he's from Long Beach. Shout out. He recently did a video by my school, you know, well, he did, I think it was at Poly. That's not my school. But anyway, Long Beach, you know what I'm saying? I grew up and went to school in Long Beach, so that was super dope. All right, instead of having that low sample feeling with the pitch down voice, what if instead we did a pitched up voice? And the thing that I like about this is the kind of intro into it. And what we did with that is we just automated the pitch changes. We just automated these semitones changing, and they just bounce up, I think, in values of 2. And guess what? I just got the most feeling from, you know, doing those samples, doing those chops. I got the most feeling of, hey, wow, I liked it. You know, I got the most feeling from this style. And by the way, this drum loop is a drum loop from Oh Gosh Leotis. Super dope producer. Definitely, he goes live very often. I believe I got his drum kit, and I'm sure you've seen the drum kits that I have. I have a bunch of these Oh Gosh drum kits here. Slap Experts drum kits from Curtis King and Oh Gosh Leotis, and the good fellas over there. So that's where that drum loop came from. It just made it super easy to just make this track. But with that, it just was like so dope. It just sounded like something that could be played on, you know, one of those albums about college, one of those college albums, or even like that album about a blueprint, like that style of sampling from He Who Shall Not Be Named. But definitely inspiration at one time. And so that was the idea behind that section. And of course, we just used the moto bass for a little simple drum, you know, a simple bass line. Didn't need to get too crazy because that's the style of this production. And so this is the one that I really like the most. And I like it because of the sound and the way everything is going, and it's just super cool. So I think the next journey to this track is going to be to actually get somebody super dope to rap over this track. And I actually have somebody in mind. So what I'm going to say to you is stay tuned until the next time we go over this track. I'm going to be showing you guys the fruition of this song, and we're going to just try to do something great with it. Get a nice tight lyricist to come and just drop some bars on this. You know, I think it'll be super dope, and just have like that cool vibe, that cool feel to like actually start working on some projects and some music. So with that being said, I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. Again, my name is Chris Reed. If you're looking for mixing tips, or if you're looking for a breakdown on how to use Reason's mixer, you should check out this. Oh wait, let me make sure I get my finger right. I always mess that up. You should check out this video right here. With that being said, my name is Chris Reed. Until next time, peace. And yeah, that's pretty much how I make my videos. I go in, I do that, and I'm gonna just take that video and then I'll chop it, cut it up, you know, or maybe I'll just take it from this live stream and just re-upload it. And yeah, you know, that could work too, right? But that is the breakdown of that track. And so looking at, you know, you guys, because now I'm out of my recording mode. Let's look at this poll. At one point in time, I was looking at the poll, and it was looking like the third section was the winner, but it looks like the second section has carved out a win with 43% of the votes. So thank you guys for participating in that poll, man, and let me know what you thought, which one you liked the most. I really just like this track too. I could just listen to this part right here. I could listen to that just all day. I could just listen to that just all day. Has a good little bounce, has a good little feel, has a good little vibe. So yeah. With that being said, though, we haven't had an opportunity to like actually like work on some. Oh no, well, I do have that video ready, and I do need to just edit that video. So I'm not gonna go over the track or like the breakdown of this, but I will play it so that you guys can hear it. So something I have been doing recently, just bear with me for a second. My computer might blow up because I'm trying to load this song. I think it's I did say bear with me, right? I did say that. I said bear with me for a moment. I did say that. Okay. This computer probably tripping. That you could do super cool. Go to like a stereo. I did say that. Okay. Oh, you can still hear me. Oh, you can hear that whole thing. Okay, cool. So we're back officially. So what I was doing was I was loading in this track here. And what I need to do is actually close this one. So this track is called Passport. And the reason why it's called Passport is because something I've been doing lately is I've been using Arcade. So if you look here, I have like, I don't know, maybe 15 instances of Arcade. And for the most part, that's all I'm using in these productions is Arcade. And I created like 1, 2, 3, 4 different tracks, 4 different, ideas, musical ideas, I'll say. They're not beats, they can't be sold right now or anything like that, or, mixed down or something, but they are essentially, tracks, productions, ideas, musical ideas. So let's see, is this thing tripping? Yeah, we good to go. Hey, Major Keys, what's up, man? Good to see you. So I've been using Arcade, trying to get out of my grumpy moods, and actually show some different vibes. So I did have a video that I released which showed the funk style of the beat, and that was basically using the loops from Arcade. So Arcade is known for its vocal loops and different loops of the instruments that they have created. But I am known for my piano and just jam sessions and my piano playing. So those two don't really mix together. But I found out that Arcade actually has just like MIDI instruments that you can just play MIDI on. So when I found that out, I was like, oh, okay, well, let's check out some of these MIDI instruments. So what I did was I went and I downloaded, you can download different samples. You can download different instruments that you play. And you can choose to listen to them, to preview them. And then you can say, oh yeah, I do want that sound. Or, oh no, I don't want that sound. What I did was I just went and I just downloaded all of them. There's a button you can press to just download all the sounds. So I just downloaded all the sounds so I could just have all the sounds and be able to play them. So I was playing these sounds, and with that, I was coming up with some stuff to just, play the sounds. So I don't think that's Dusted Ocarina though. I don't think that is. This is Not So Still Drums. So anyway, it's a bunch of different sounds. Passport is like it says that it is a trip and a journey into a new world or something like that. I'll see what it says. It says travel to the farthest ends of the earth, discover instruments both strange and beautiful. And so it does have some really cool sounding instruments, not just loops, but instruments that you would play. And so I was like, okay, cool. Well, I can get down with that because I like playing instruments. So definitely could get down with that. So I made some tracks with it, you know? So another one of those situations where it was like, oh, I started with this, but I like this version a lot better. Now, that's the one that I spent probably like the most time on. That's the one I probably spent the most time on, where it was like, I'm just in a vibe. I'm just like going and going. I'm like, nah, let's just keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep, you know. And I think the thing that stole the show for me for that one is the echo. The echo with the roll feature just stole the show for me. So, you know, we have arcade. We chose all of the sounds are like arcade drums, and I think I might have. Oh, these are claps. So these are claps, Reason stock claps that I used. But all of the rest of like the drums, there's 4 on the floor, and like this little like rhythmic drum section that's happening. All of the drums is arcade. But most of the instruments, most of the melodies that you hear, the different lines are stuff that I play with MIDI. So, you know, you could see the MIDI here and everything like that. But the thing about that vocal, of course, you know, that vocal is that vocal. And yeah. And then Arcade has modes where you can actually where you can change the in this hooked, you can change, you know, when you go to play. So some of the keys are just to play the note, the loop, but some of the keys are to change the pitch as well. So you can see if I click this guy, these C -1 to C1, they can change the pitch that's being played. You also can come in here and change the session key so you can play it higher or lower, you know. You know, we know that. So, you know, that's the typical arcade stuff, you know. And it's one of those things, like I said, man, how come nobody told me about how cool this is? And I know I'm like super late to the party. Like the party has already ended. Everybody has already cleaned up. Y'all cleaned up everything. You know, the parents already came home. They already mad. You know, you already got like the fine from the city for the noise ordinance. And I'm just like arriving like to the party, you know, like, hey, yeah, let's get this thing started. And everybody like sweeping up the confetti and stuff like that. So, yeah, hold on real quick. Hello. Hey. Oh, yes. I want a pollo bowl. Yeah, can I get a pollo bowl and a cheese quesadilla? All right, thanks, babe. Love you. Love you too. Bye. So that's love, y'all. That's love right there. That's love. She thought about me. Bring me some food. Appreciate it. Seth is using it a lot. Sasha says, I just pulled out Arcade 2. Sounds like some Afro beat. Yeah, like I'll tell you the truth. I had a buddy. He was using Arcade. He told me about it like before Reason had, because I know at one point in time Reasonstudios had kind of did like a collaboration, and it was like, oh, if you get Reason, you get like a month or 3 months free of Arcade. And they had this little collaboration that they did, and that would have been a good time for me to actually jump on it and like check it out and get it, but I didn't do it then either. But my buddy had told me before then, he was like, yeah, man, I'm making like all these dope beats. And he would like play the beats for me. I'm like, yo, like those are dope beats, you know? And I'm still in this war of loops versus MIDI, as if it like matters, in terms of like making money, selling beats, being creative, being authentic, being original. I'm still in that war in my mind, which is why I couldn't just leave it at, oh yeah, I'm gonna just use the loops that they have. Like, it's like, no, I have to have something in there where I know I played it, or I know that I put it together, you know, whatever. And I don't know, it's just something about that. I feel like if I was like in a studio with like 5 musicians and I was like, hey, play this, and I'll record it and I'll put it around, pull it around or whatever, like that could be cool too. But the fact that Arcade just already automatically has these loops that they've pulled together from however they, you know, do their loop creation, it just kind of seems like this is stuff somebody else, you know, really should be using and should be getting. You know, I feel you, Mo, you know, and really should just take that approach to it, because that is what matters. When I was talking to my guy Mars when I was is that right? Okay, cool. Just double checking, making sure, because I don't want to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Not the type of people you want to be disrespectful to. When I was speaking with my guy Mars, I asked him a question at the BPM Create event. We were talking about that, and he was like, well, even before I asked him the question, he was just talking about being a music producer. And if you get a call from X artist, whoever that artist is, if you get a call from the artist and the artist says, hey, we're working on our track, we're working on a project right now, and we're trying to do all Afrobeat. We just need your hottest Afrobeat tracks. Send us something because we in the lab right now. We working on it right now. Can you send us like 20, 30 tracks? For the producer that's truly trying to get a placement, or producer that's truly trying to work with that artist, you don't have time to be like, yeah, let me get creative and let me just do my most piano playing, the best piano playing I ever did in my life. Like, no, like, it's like, come on, man, they need 20 tracks right now. You could produce the whole album. You could have the whole album produced by you. It's like, you know, now's the time to collab. Now's the time to hit up your dopest musician friends and be like, hey, let's come put these tracks together. Or send me some loops, or pull up Arcade, pull up BPM Create, you know, pull up these different these different, you know, applications that just already have all of this stuff ready for you to go. What I liked about BPM Create was BPM Create had it set up to where you could just put a genre, like you could really put the genre, and you could say, okay, that client said they want Afro beats. Cool. We go to Afrobeat, and they got drums, bass, piano, guitar, you know, vocals, whatever you need, all Afrobeat. And the last thing that he said about that was like Mo Grizzly just said, the client does not, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care if you, oh yeah, these are loops. Oh yeah, this is, they don't care. Oh, this is 100% original, you know? They don't care. They don't care. It's like, I needed 20 Afro beats. Can you cook up 20 Afro beats? Can you send me 20 Afro beats? I don't have any Afro beats, but I can go pull up this program and it's going to help me make some Afro beats. All right, cool. You send it over. Let's work. We'd work on the clearances, whatever. But it wasn't the fact that, you know, they went to you like, oh, I know you're going to give me the most original this or that. It was like, can you produce the thing that we need right now at this moment? The clients don't matter. So it's still there. The war, you know, the thought process is still there. It's still lingering. And just like last time we was having this conversation, it's completely blown out of proportion, because we was having this conversation about artificial intelligence. We're having this conversation about AI and about robots and about, you know, machine learning, and the fact that computers now can just create all of this advanced technology, and they can just replicate our life and our music and our art. And because that's the case now, your originality, I don't know if the scale is going to tip in or out of your favor in terms of your ability to be original. I don't know where that's going to be, because at this point you can just type sentences in and it will give you the thing that you typed. I was looking at the other day, they were saying for like YouTube videos, even you can type in, hey, write a script for this kind of YouTube video, and they will give you the whole script. They'll sound like Chris Reed Beats. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Chris Reed Beats. The AI will just type out the entire script, follow a story plot line, so that you have a script for your video. So with that, it's like, it's doing it in terms of art. You've seen how it can just take my photo and just turn me into Denzel Washington. Like, you've seen, it could put me in the Training Day movie. You know, you've seen deep fake. You've seen it can make me look old, change my race. All of the stuff that can be done with AI on the side of art, like physical art, or digital art, it's there. So the implication is already there with music as well. It's there. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't know if it matters to be on the winning or losing side of artificial intelligence when it comes to music and loop creation, and or not using loops, being 100% original. No, I bought the trumpet, I played the trumpet, I didn't just sample it from Contact Library. Like, I don't know if any of that matters or is going to matter. It's just but it is something to think about, and it is something to consider. How many same loops you will hear in others' projects? I mean, that's a really good point. And the thing about it is, there have been some platinum. Lil Baby has a platinum selling song. There is a YouTuber who recently did a video on this, but he has a platinum selling song, and it has a feature. It features a loop from Splice that has been downloaded thousands of times. It has appeared on other songs. But at some point, especially like with content aware software, which is basically the AI listening to music and detecting sounds and detecting songs and detecting samples. So being able to pull out and say, hey, that's this melody, or hey, that's from this part of this song. With the content aware, you can upload it to YouTube, for example, and it'll see it. It'll catch it. It'll say, oh, that's this song, that's this sound. Now, the issue with it is Splice is supposed to be like royalty free, saying like Arcade, all these places are like royalty free in the sense of like, you make it, you alter it, you change it, you slice it, you pitch it up, pitch it down, whatever you do to it, you make it yours. But it can still, it's like who is the first to actually create something with it, put it out. Because now it becomes, I'm the original owner of this track, and people are sampling from me and not sampling from the sample library. Did it matter in the case of Lil Baby going platinum with that song? No, it didn't matter for him. Will it matter for me if I take that same sample and I try to make the next hit or something? It might matter for me. Doesn't matter in the sense of like, wow, that's the same. I mean, no, we know that, like, you know what I'm saying? We know Juicy has been sampled hundreds of times. We know James Brown has been sampled thousands of times. We know that there's certain samples in the world. Some things, this is what like I wish I knew the name of the YouTuber. This is what some people, I might have to just take a second to go and actually like look it up because it's going to bother me. Some samples and some lines, some music elements are so ingrained in all of music that you can't like claim it. No one can claim it. Like the Amen break, that break, in drums, somebody's going to say, wow, Chris, that was a really great drum break you just did. Anyway, that, is not, no one can just like say, oh yeah, that's mine, or like, we can't fight over the rights to that. It's been used in every drum and bass track forever since its inception. So it's like, no, you can't fight over that. But, could somebody fight over I Can't Be Without You? I can't believe I found the right key like perfectly. Like as soon as I said I went to it, I didn't even know it was the right one. Could somebody, if they really like, made that could be an issue. That could be an issue. I'm looking for this guy. It's going to bother me because I'm not going to be able to find him. What was the time? I think it was the problem with Splice. It might have been Venus Theory. And I know that y'all, of course, like Ave McCree, I know that you guys are familiar with these guys. Hold on, I'm gonna just go slide these guys over here real quick. I know that y'all have heard of these guys. If you watch me and you watch YouTube live streams and videos, I know y'all have heard of them. Ave McCree, Venus Theory. So Venus Theory, I'm gonna just start, man. I don't know. Ave McCree. Hey, somebody tell Ave McCree that I'm finna just start doing everything he do on YouTube. Because everything he do on YouTube is just, man, it's like exactly what you're looking for. Like, yes, talk about this, critique this. It's like, it's spot on. It's perfect. He has his style. I have my style. So I'm gonna be all cheery and bubbly. But, but nonetheless, man, I like the guy's stuff. So, this is like a review of a review of a review, right? Venus Theory did the original video. Super, super detailed, informational, a really great video. He talks about exactly what I'm talking about. Let's look at some of his chapters. I'm not going to play it. I'm just look at the chapters. He goes over like the legal stuff, who owns G minor. So that's like the conversation about like certain styles of chords. Like you can't copyright a chord or a chord progression, right? But a melody you can. So like the melody to Happy Birthday, like that's Happy Birthday. Like you can't just put that in your song and it's be like, oh no, that's my melody. Like everybody's gonna know. No, that is Happy Birthday. So it's like, you would run into issues with that, right? Will you really get in trouble? Is there a fix? Closing thoughts. No, I'm excused. I just suggest that you guys watch that video. I'm going to actually just see if I can just take this link. I don't think it played. No, it didn't play. I'm just going to take this. I'm going to suggest that just for this conversation that we're having, you guys can watch this video. Let me know if you got that link. If that link appears, let me know. Really great video talking about the problem with Splice. He goes in depth with the same conversation that I was having about the Lil Baby song that got sampled and, the problem with that. Not that got sampled. It came from a sample from Splice. So that's the idea, man. It's just like, eventually somebody else, and probably since I'm like so super late to the party, I'm sure there's like at least 10. It's probably way more than that, but there are at least 10 songs, 10 tracks that have used that in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they pitched it up, maybe they pitched it down, maybe they chopped it up. I don't know, but it's out there. All right. I still have that where I feel like I have to make it from scratch, and it's hard to use loops in anything I use. It was hard for me to transition to VSTs because I was so used to only Reason, but I did. I can see exactly. Oh wait, I was reading it and you guys can see it. I can agree exactly with you with that matter, because it's like, I don't know. I think if we just, I think we have to be real with ourselves. And we have to say, we have to be real with ourselves, and we have to say, what is it that we're doing? I can very well, hold on, let me see this. I could very well just get on my, turn my computer on and just open a Reason piano and just play piano. That's all I want to do. Sometimes I got the opportunity. I was so fortunate this year. I sold some beats. I was able to sell some beats. I got the opportunity to do some work with Reasonstudios. I got the opportunity to help some people one-on-one. They signed up for one-on-one. They came through. This is all business, all money I'm talking here. These opportunities was a blessing for me and my family. Not nothing small. Definitely never taking them for granted. And the idea with music creation is like, with the whole loops thing, who cares if it's just something you're doing for fun? Now, I can't just take a bunch of splice and arcade loops and send them to Reason and say, hey, I want to make a Reason sound pack. Pay me for this Reason sound pack. And it's just a bunch of slice loops. That's not going to work. It's like, no, they're looking for something original because they're creating their own database of loops and sound packs, right? So for that cause and for that case, there has to be some originality. But if somebody was to contact me and say, hey, I'm looking for this style of beat, and I don't have that to send them, and it's like, hey, I'm going to make this amount of money, and that's all. If it's just a transactional thing, because even me right now, if you go to my BeatStars page and you buy a beat, I'm going to get an email that says you bought that beat. I'm going to email you. So if you're a bot buying my beats, I'm emailing the bot. I don't know how it works. I have a sneaky suspicion that it's not even real people buying the beat sometimes. It's just BeatStars buying your beat for you, so you just keep paying them $20 a month to have their platform. I'm not doing that next year. I'm not doing it. If you want to buy a beat from me, you're going to have to come to me and my Instagram DM, email me something. I ain't going to be on BeatStars next year. I'm not paying it every month. I can't do it. I'm broke. With that being said, I was fortunate to sell some beats. If it's just transactional and you're not looking for me to email you and say, hey, how can I help you with this track? You know, do you need a singer? Do you need a mixing engineer? Like, that's what I'm literally going to do. I'm not interested in you just buying the beat and just to buy the beat. I'm just not interested in that, right? So if you buy a beat from me, I'm going to take it the full length of what that track is supposed to be. I'm going to ask, like, did you buy this beat because, you know, you're going to put this on an album? Is this a single? Is this an EP? Like, I'm going to reach out to you. Sometimes it's just transactional. Some people have a very transactional approach to their music and to their music production. So when it's transactional, what are they saying? They're just saying, hey, I made the beat, I uploaded it, you give me money for it, you can use the beat, done. Transaction is done. If you're going to be like that, it doesn't matter if you're 100% original. It does not matter if you like spent 2 hours to make sure that the piano sounded the best that it could. That stuff won't matter because that's not, you know, it's not musicianship. It's a business. It's automation. It's like you could set up a template that says, okay, boom, here's my splice, here's my arcade, here's my Reason sound pack. Okay, we're just going to change, go to the next drum loop, go to the next piano, go to the next 808 bass, fix it, change this about it, throw a RC20, because that's all we see everybody do now is throw a RC20 on there, throw a RC20, cool, everything is changed about it, awesome, do a little bit of transition in here and there, do a little structure in here and there, and all right, cool, done, send it to the mastering website, let the website do the mastering for you, throw it up on BeatStars, throw it up on Airbit, throw it up on SoundCloud, wherever you selling your beats, and it's done. On to the next one, on to the next sample, on to the next beat, it's done. It's done. Who could fight with that? Who could argue with that? It's automation. Get it in, get it done. You know, it's the difference between, hey, we finna build these houses. We're gonna build these motorhome, these they have a specific word for these houses. So it's manufactured homes. We're going to build these manufactured homes, and you can put them on a trailer, and you can, you know, relocate them from one spot to the next, from one neighborhood to the next. They don't have to just stay there. You can pick up the entire house, put it on a trailer, and move it out. And the thing about those houses, guess what? They're manufactured homes. Guess what? They all pretty much got the same layout. It's nothing original. It's nothing creative. It's nothing fancy. Even the locations that they end up in with the and it's no beef if you in one, because I was about to buy one. Or I was going to try to buy one. Then I realized I'm broke. But with the manufactured home, they're built in a certain way. They're built to be able to make more manufactured homes, and they're built to be able to get these houses where they need to be so that the people can have the homes. They're not built to have high ceilings. They're not built to have, you know, lavish windows, you know, super big windows where you can let in all the light and you can see the ocean. They're not built like beachfront houses because they're not beachfront properties. They're manufactured. It's automation, you know. The automation line for a Honda, when you see the car being built from bottom up, you could just see it. It's like, boom, it's nothing new. It's nothing different. Nothing changes. The same bolt goes in every Honda. Boom, get it done. Just boom, blah, 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 blah. The same thing. It's just like, oh, it's automation. If you're gonna be like that, and it's gonna be like automation, you know what you're here for. You're here to make dollars. You're not here to make art. So that's cool. I'm not arguing against you either way. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying that's the idea. That's where the rubber meet the road. Is like, you know, are we automating because we're trying to sell beats? Or are we being our creative, you know, our most creative selves? There's this video of this guy. He's playing drums. He has like a coffee pot on the snare drum, and sick video. And what he does is he's hitting the coffee pot with one drumstick, and then he's like playing the snare drum, and he's playing his bass, you know, bass drum. He's playing the drums, but he's hitting this coffee pot that has some liquid in it. And every so often, he bumps the snare drum with his thigh so that the coffee pot wobbles. And when he does that, it changes the frequencies inside of the coffee pot, the water, and it gives it this modulation feeling. It gives it this wobble feeling. That don't exist nowhere else in the world, okay? That sound that he made when he was like, I'm gonna bump this thing, and that don't exist nowhere. Irritated, bro. I need a moment. I need a minute. I need to calm down. That loop, that drum sequence, that what he did doesn't exist anywhere else. You can copy it, you can imitate it, you can duplicate it, you can remix it, you can riff off of it. You can do a lot of things, but one thing you can't say is, oh yeah, like that was, like, no. I've never seen it. I have never seen it before. I couldn't think of it. To hit the snare and that make the coffee pot. First of all, why is it a coffee pot on the snare? Why do you have water? Where was your mind to come up with? All right, I'm going off the deep end. Sitting here talking into a microphone. I'm going off the deep end. Where was the mind to say, we want to get this sound. We're going to do this thing. I wish I could play it. Oh my gosh. I was looking at it the other day on my Instagram. Envious of the creativity. Full of envy. Full of just sitting there like, oh, that's so creative. I don't know, maybe somebody has done it before. Maybe like he got that idea from somebody. But what I'm saying is the performance. That's the word I was looking for. That made me get up and jump out my seat because I couldn't think of it. The performance that he was doing in that moment, it happened in that moment. And like what he got from it, that's him. That's all him. That's all him. So, you know, I just think it's super cool. I think it's super cool. All right. Had to. Whoo. Let's breathe. So, I invite you to watch that video from Venus Theory. He's definitely inspired me multiple times. You know, in his videos, lots of thought process. And if I could ever like get my thoughts to like form and shape the way he gets his thoughts to form and shape, I might do some videos like that where I just actually like look at a specific topic in music and music creation and software or something and just like do like, oh, look, here's the ins and outs, ups and downs of it. Or maybe I'll just keep making Reason tutorials. I don't know. But I will have to get my thoughts ready first. Says, I agree, but I'd rather work with an individual to craft a beat around them. I feel that too. Same thing. It's the same thing with like what I was saying about BeatStars. What I was saying about BeatStars in terms of like when I would sell a beat, I would contact that person. You know, and I would say, hey, you know, do you need the stems? Hey, I see you only spent this much. You know, I have an option where you can get the stems for better mixing. Or, you know, somebody hit me up. Oh, hey, I like this beat, but can we change this part or whatever that part? Like stuff like that comes up, you know. Or even, you know, more so like what you're saying, which is like actually like producing an artist, you know, and actually taking the time to like make music with them. The next video that I'm going to make is going to be don't make beats. That's the next video that I'm going to make. Don't make beats, do this instead. So y'all look out for that video. Don't make beats, do this instead. And we're going to look at that process, that theme that I'm talking about. So that you guys can see what I'm saying, man. But, you know, that's how some people look at these splice loops, arcade loops, Reason sound packs. Speaking of which, let's go into that now. That's how some people look at that stuff. It's just like, you know, I can't make a beat without you. I can't do it. And that's cool. Don't be trying to look at my login. Can't do it. And that's cool. Not a problem. Now I'm full transparency. Let's talk about this now. Let's talk about this now. Full transparency here. Full transparency here. Okay. Stick to the script, laugh out loud. Let's just make a beat and come up with a unique sound. I get that might be the case. That might be the case. That might be the case. Let's look at this real quick. We gotta look at this. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. This was hard to do. All right, I kept it real with y'all. They came up with this. The process to, first of all, you know, all glory to God. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for giving me the chance to do something cool. There was a point in time, I'm grateful to Reason. I have a sound pack. It's called Classic R&B Vibrations. You guys, if you have Reason Plus, you can install that pack. Hopefully you can have some fun with the patches that I created, even if you don't use them to create a R&B track. You know, there's some pretty cool stuff in there. I do have a chord sequencer set in there that you can use. It's a couple different stuff in there. Use the samples, use the loops, all that good stuff. There was a point in time where I was like, oh man, like Reason sound packs, like, oh, that's cool, but like, nah, I wanna make my own sound pack. Like, I don't want to use their sound packs. I want to be able to make my own. How do I get on here? Like, I was so arrogant. I was so arrogant. I was so full of myself, bro. I probably sound that way in the last like 30 minutes that I've been speaking. And if so, forgive me, because it's really not me. But when I was saying it, I was so full of myself because I did not think about the process that goes into something like this. It seemed like it might be like easy, like, you know, take one of your old tracks and, you know, make loops out of them and like, you know, just send them in, you know, and yeah, boom, they'll make your sound pack. And it's not that. There's a process, and you know, if you're interested in the process, you know what I'm saying, email and you know, send your information in to the good folks at Reason. Send it in, and you know, you can speak with them and go through the process if they decide to, you know, let you send in and submit a sound pack. But we know that they update their sound packs weekly, so they always are looking for people to create sound packs. For me, it was a moment in my life where I had to like, I felt like, you know, that part in Star Wars where Luke is fighting and he loses his hand. And it's interesting now that I think about it, because it's the same thing that happens to Anakin. Anakin also loses his hand in a fight. I didn't even put the two together. But it's like this moment in the fight where it's like you just have to accept defeat. It's like just accept defeat, okay? Just, you've been beaten. Accept defeat. Accept your failure. Failure was the theme and the concept that I was going to make a video on about this topic, because what this did for me and my psyche and my conscience and my self-esteem was it ripped it to shreds. It was like, you'll never be good at anything ever again. It was like, if you can't do this thing, why do anything at all? Why make another beat? Why would you make another video? And I want you to see that if you're a real follower of this channel and a real follower of me, I haven't been on a live stream. I hadn't uploaded a video. I hadn't uploaded beats to my beats. I didn't do anything. It put a mental block over me. It's not because it wasn't good. And it's not because, it was just because, it was because I couldn't just do what I always do, which is do something incomplete, which is take something to 95% and not give you the last 5%, which is like do something that's incomplete, which is like have an error, have a problem and not fix it. The process was to submit, to have, you know, to submit it, and then, okay, we need you to fix this. Fix it, submit it, They say, okay, we need you to fix that. In this moment, I felt a sense of like failure. I felt a sense of I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But this is what it made me have to do. It made me have to take a step back. I had to take a step back. I had to learn and figure out what I was doing wrong so I could get it right. If I had just submitted it and it went through and it posted like it's posted now the first time, I wouldn't have learned half the stuff that I learned. And I hate this because it sounds so cliche. But I needed to fail so that I could learn how to succeed. I needed to get it wrong so I could learn how to get it right. I'm not preaching. That's for Sundays. I'm not preaching. I'm just saying the truth. I'm just telling you my experience. Because I saw people was giving me congratulations. Hey, congratulations. We see you got the sound pack. You will learn some things. You will experience some things. Your life will be changed. I could say the same thing with the Reason videos. I could say the same thing with appearing on Reasonstudios YouTube. Pressure. Self-pressure, probably. Putting it on myself, but pressure. Just being like, I don't know, is it good enough? Oh, man. I'm having a moment. I really should. I should put this to members only. This should be for the members. So, with that being said, there is a moment of failure that I experienced, and it put a block on my creativity, and it put a block because I was like, I don't want to do anything else until I get this right. So I put all my energy and focus into fixing this, whatever, I just put a lot of focus into it. And I'm not saying I think you should check it out. I think it's a cool sound pack. If you're a sound pack user for companion and you use, Reason, it's my first one. I think you should check it out. It has 10 instruments, 10 combinators. You can see the different style of stuff that is in there. And I'm gonna install it. You should check it out. I know I don't sound like I'm not doing like if I had to sell this, I'm not doing the greatest job at selling it. I know. I'm not doing the best job at like selling it. It's the greatest sound pack ever, Not doing that. Oh, my computer's tripping again. But in all, I appreciated the experience of creating the sound pack, and it was really cool. It was really cool to do it, Thank you, man. Thank you for, okay, my computer's tripping a little bit, but thank you, Andre. I appreciate you. I appreciate the congratulations. It was a labor of love, intense love. And I'm glad that it went through. I remember getting the email like, okay, your sound pack is approved, and just feeling like, okay. Okay. I can breathe again. So with that being said, hey, to all my people out there that make Reason sound packs, I love you. Keep doing what you do. You are dope. You are super dope. I appreciate you for the work and dedication that you do. Keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? forgive me for anything I had to say. All right, y'all. Let's check out this R&B vibrations. Let's make a beat with it. Okay, so dude, you inspire me for being you. We strive for perfection with all we create, but failure is still a step forward to new beginnings and innovations. Yes, my friend. Yes. Exactly. This is something that I've learned from you and learned from this experience, but I didn't learn it. I didn't have it then. I was like, nah, everything I do is gonna be great. And that's just not the truth. It's just not the truth. All right, cool. Let's start with a pad. Let's start with the little chords, chordy chords. Start with them keys. Okay, let's fix that real quick. It's been a minute since I made a beat, especially live, but since we're using this, I feel confident that if we're using this, I feel confident that we can cook up something. So we have this piano run here, and it has its own player in it, but we're not gonna use the player because it's me, it's Chris. Y'all know, we're not gonna use it because it's me. I want a lot of reverb. Oh wait, I can go to the instrument. The instrument has its own reverb in it, so let's actually just turn up the room. I want a lot of room and an echo. Okay, so that's the part that I really like already. We just started. I like that. See, and it's not R&B at all, you know what I'm saying? Like what I'm doing, but I just like the sounds. So here's this soft satin lead. You can make it not so soft. So a lot of different stuff you can do with it. wasn't recording it because now I don't know what I was doing. Okay, I like that. So it's just still like melody creation. A little melody here. Yeah, little something. Let me turn off the player. DJW, what's good, man? Jammin'. It's good to see you. So all these sounds are very like clean. So I just made like a bus for our instruments, and we're gonna like do some effects to it to make it lo-fi. Here's our first VST3 effect that we're going to be loading into Reason, y'all. First VST3 effect coming up. Oh snap, VST3. So yeah, they have these Glitch Machine has these free VST3s. Let me know if you guys have heard of that before. Glitch Machine. There's pretty cool, pretty dope. But they have a lot of different patches and stuff. I'm gonna look for something we can play and pull in for this track. Not that one. I wonder if they have anything that has the word lo-fi in it. Rhythmic lo-fire. No. But it is like a super heavy bit crutcher. So it's like, it's not anything subtle like what I'm looking for, like a subtle, effect situation. It's like the heaviest of, yeah. So I'm gonna try the other one because that one, it's like a lot of, it's like glitchy vibes, and that's not really what I was looking for. Let me try this other one, Hysteris. This one has some patches. Let's see what this one does. The bass for sure. Let's do some pitch shifting. I like the hysterias. I'm just trying to find a patch I really like. record that player later. Oh, DJW. Okay, so yeah, Dynamite, what have you tried so far? I see Chuck G's kind of helping. Sasha's kind of helping. I appreciate you guys helping out. Says he's on a PC. Deleting Reason and downloading the DMG for a fresh reinstall. Still no good luck. Reason won't load. So, Dynamite, I was sitting here trying to think. Dynamite, I think for you, you've already tried reinstalling it, and it won't load. So, man, I almost want to say, do you have another computer or do you have another system that you can attempt to install it on?
I don't know that one.
I know you don't know that one. It's okay. Um, my Alexa talking to me. If you have another one that you can install it on, um, just to make sure it's not like a server situation, or the file that you downloaded, like that's not the problem or the issue. That would be my, because you say you already tried to uninstall and everything and then reinstall it, so it might not necessarily be your computer. The other thing is, on your computer, if you know how to log into safe mode, yeah, so I would try to install on another system. If you know how to log into safe mode on your computer, you can load into safe mode with networking. Load into safe mode and see if it will open in safe mode. If it will open in safe mode, then that means there's something going on in your computer, in your user, like whatever user you have created. So there might be a document or a file that's interacting with Reason. So safe mode typically only allows you to, and every computer is a little different. You might press F1 or F2, depends on what you press for your computer. But safe mode only loads up what is absolutely necessary for Windows to operate, so that it won't load in some of the files and stuff like that. And that could help you to troubleshoot why your Reason won't load, like why it won't turn on, why it won't open. That would be my secondary thought process. K2Nez says, do you bounce out your MIDI tracks to audio tracks to master, or do you do it all MIDI? Most of the time it's staying all MIDI. It's going back to like purposes of tracks, purposes of beat making, purposes of using, software, stuff like that. It's my purpose right now is like creating things and putting things together. I have a folder that says better as loops. So what that is tracks that I've made, but I found stuff in them that I was like, I like that better as a loop. Like, that's not a good full production for me. I don't like what I did with the drums and the bass and pulling it all together. So what's up, Aaron? So sometimes what I will do instead is I'll just use them as loops. So in order so that I can still change and manipulate stuff, I leave things in MIDI. There has been a very small percentage of times where it's like, I know that this is like a song. Like, I had some buddies who were doing Christian rap, especially my good friend Corey Knock. You guys go check out Corey Knock if you have a chance. Okay, cool, Dynamite. Check it out and see what happens. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out Corey Knock, Knocking Sounds, I did some tracks with him. So I knew that those were going to be tracks that I was going to finalize. So I did part of what you said in terms of turning them into audio loops. When it was time to mix, I just bounced all my MIDI files into audio loops so that I would have all of the stems to the beat with all of his vocals so that I can mix everything together. But in creation, that's another thing too. I like to have different modes of working, right? So in creation mode, which is like what we would be in now, it's all about creating. And for my computer, I haven't had an issue with the actual, I haven't had an issue with processing power or, slowing down, or I haven't had any of those issues to where I would need to export or bounce tracks as MIDI. So I pretty much would just let all of the MIDI fly for all of the tracks and for everything like that. And it's only very specific situations where I'm going to like bounce something to audio, like if I'm sampling it or if I'm manipulating it in a way where I need it to be an audio file. So for the most part, I'm leaving it as a MIDI for the most part in creation mode. And then when we switch to mixing mode, that might be something that I do, or I might do it from MIDI. It just depends on what I'm feeling like, how I'm feeling like doing it. But you give me what's your process? What's your steps? Because you might have a much better mixing process for, you know, mixing and mastering than I do. So you let me know. K2, what's your process? Your process, like I said, might be a lot better than mine. I wish I had did a better way of like doing that. I could have did that a better way. blum, blum. I want to play it a little softer though, Sasha. I feel like it's just like a little too wild. Let's go a little softer. Smoother. That was just like so much. I was thinking saxophone, so let's go saxophone. Let's see, and then we'll pull up a trumpet too. So we're going to arcade for this. Quick question: as a person who plays the keys, ha 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 ha. You're right. You're right. As a person who plays the keys, we'll just say that. Has the CS player helped you in any, is that chord sequencer? Helped you in any way as far as playing styles, modulations, or anything like that? I can't say that it has. If I'm being real, what is this? Okay, I can see a use for that. For me, definitely helped me to look and see chord voicings for chord sequencers. Is a yes for chord sequencer. Different chord voicings, but the thing is like I don't use it enough. 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 So I definitely used it for voicing. I definitely used it for like, hey, when I go to play this, what is that? And you know, it'll tell me and show me the C7, C9, or different voicings that I'm doing when I'm playing keys. I'll use it for that. I'll use it for chord sets. So I'll play chords that I like to play a lot. I will put those into chord sequencers and use that. So I'm still kind of giving my own style, my own swag. When I'm boxed in, because the way the chord sequencer works is not how my brain works. It's not how like I've been. He said, been on every track for you since you got it. That's dope. For me, it's like, it's just not how I work. So like when I press a C, I'm expecting to hear a C tone, a C something. And that's not how chord sequencer is set up. Chord sequencer is just set up like almost the way that loops or samples are set up, like as a slice. It's like this chord is on this key, but that doesn't mean that it's that kind of a chord. It doesn't, if I press E flat, it doesn't mean that that's an E flat chord or a chord that even has E flat in it. So for that reason, it kind of pushes me away from using chord sequencer. And I have to have a specific reason why I'm using chord sequencer now. But it's definitely so for me, so it's a mixed bag for me. It's a mixed bag. You know, I love it. I love chord sequencer. It's fun, but I guess the other part to it is like it just makes me want to play keys. So I'll get caught in that, just wanting to play keys. See, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's look at this one. Trumpets on tape. So it'll make me want to. Oh my God. I'm bruh, what? Oh, okay, I get it. So it's a trumpet, but it's playing. Could do something like, you know, something bouncy with that, but not, it's not a trumpet though. It's not. I'm just looking for, see, what I really need is like it's just the contact. I just need contact library. I just need contact. I just be wanting like real solid sounding instruments, you know. And arcade is giving me like some playable stuff, but that's not like a trumpet. That's not like a sampled trumpet. Even like that, like there's a purpose for it. There's a purpose for this sound. I get it. It's not what I'm looking for. So, okay. So now we have to go somewhere else to see if we can find a cooler, smoother, nice sample trumpet. We could use this. This was like my introduction to like that style of stuff. Okay, I think we might find some stuff in here. I think these are more like orchestra trumpets. So this might not. Yeah, that might not be the trumpets I want either. Somebody's supposed to be. Maybe I'll get it. Yeah, like that. Maybe we have to be creative and show our ingenuity and come over here and take this trumpet sound. Maybe we have to come take that, because that's what we want. That sound. even green would be cool for something like that. Like Reason has some decent trumpets. They have some decent trumpets. Too loud. So these are if you want like that loud, you know. Are you saying I had a Miroslav? Yeah, but there. Let me see. I'll pull up over here the Miroslav. We'll go to the trumpet. They play them more orchestral style. I'll take that. Mm-mm. 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 Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. I don't really want those though. Let's just go to what we really want. my inbox. Goodies to my inbox, huh? A combinator. Okay, tunes. I don't know why I can see it here, but not on the live stream. On the live stream, I couldn't recognize your name on the chat. I really couldn't see the name on the chat, but I can see. That's it's missing a letter. Okay, but here it says I can see it's like K-Tunes. That's cool. Okay, so he sent me a combinator here, guys. He said you can add. Oh, it's got some arpeggiates in here. You just add some stuff to it. I'm guessing you add some stuff to it and it'll play. It has some arps here. Let me see. Hi-hat, snare. Snare, hi-hat, snare rolls. Oh, that was somebody. I knew I could hear somebody talk. I was like, I hear somebody in the background. Somebody saying something. It's of course my wife saying something. Let me see if I can get this to work. Which one of these do I need to play? They're not playing. I'm gonna just load one on each of these. No. I'm not sure how you would use it, K-Tunes. Not sure how you would use the patch. So we have these buttons, pitch knob, left and right panner. Okay, yeah, that changes the pan. Master volume, pitch wheel. But these are playing. Do I need to DFX channel 2. K-Tunes, you gotta walk me through this, man. What I'm supposed to be doing here. Nothing seems to be, doesn't seem to be activating. Doesn't seem to be activated. Maybe I need to. Oh. Oh. Ooh, okay, so I'm playing it. Okay, so play it with the keyboard. Okay, that's cool. That's dope. Now that's interesting. Now that's an interesting concept here. use multiple arpeggiates with the CVs of the instruments, and that way you can have these rolls with your hi-hats. Dope. But it also has these it also has some effects in it. Very nice, K-Tunes. Could use that for a different style of beat for sure. But dope. Thanks for sharing, man. Appreciate that. that pillow pad. That pad really had a nice little bed. Nice little foundation there. K-Tunes, I like your patch. This what I was thinking about in terms of yeah, I see that. Yeah, like you say, like trap music, I think it could be a lot more useful, you know, because it adds in those rolls and those triplets and stuff like that, and that could definitely be something, you know, super dope. But yeah, thanks for sharing, you know, thanks for sharing it with me. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know I just want to like switch up this whole beat and do like a dance style, right? But dope. I don't think the arcade is gonna work with us today, but we can definitely bring this stuff over. Nice little intro. Bring in the trumpet. So, man, I appreciate y'all for, you know what I'm saying, checking out the stream. Thank you guys for all of y'all suggestions as we cook this beat up, you know what I'm saying, working this out. Classic R&B vibrations, first sound pack. Basically, this is patches that you guys can use. Drums, bass, pianos, pads, a nice soft lead, so that you can add that. You know, you add that, and you can genre bend. You can do all kind of different genres. It doesn't have to be R&B. We made some like hip hop lo-fi right here. Somebody will come back and say it's not really lo-fi, but you know, so I'm not really the one for genres, y'all. I'm still learning. I'll just say that much. And I think it's cool, y'all. We can learn together. You know what I'm saying? All this popping happening inside of the doll. Okay, thank you. All of that pop, poppity, pop. Anyway, Reason, you know, 12.5 VST3 is there. I think y'all can tell that this is the point of the stream where I'm like getting hungry. I'm like hungry and tired. I'm trying to go get me some food, you know what I'm saying? But definitely enjoy cooking up, and I hope that you guys will check out the R&B vibrations. It's been a minute since we've been on here on this live stream. So definitely got to get back into that. And for our members, I definitely have something coming up for you guys, because I haven't given you guys anything special for the month of December. But we definitely have something planned for those who are members. So if you have joined the membership, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Definitely helps me to continue to, you know, keep going with this channel and the live streams and the cookups and, you know, and the video tutorials. We got a new tutorial, A to Z tutorial, that's out right now. The A to Z tutorial that's out right now is on synchronous. So you can check that out. If you haven't checked that video out, please make sure to, you know, keep liking, subscribing, commenting. You know, let me know what you guys are, you know, interested in, what you guys are looking for, and, you know, everything like that. You know, let me know. I'm trying to do, you know, the best that I can to provide information for you guys and to provide an awesome channel for you guys. So just let me know how I can help, man. I'm gonna do the best that I can. For that, you know, we just want to definitely shout out everybody that came through. Sasha came through, Ivan came through, K-Tunes has been rocking with me pretty much from the beginning of the stream. Appreciate you. Ibrahim also came through. Sasha as well, been rocking with us. Jaquil came through to the stream today. Chris Joshua, Balance Audio. We had some real good people come through. Mo Grizzly came through as well. Martin Lou came through. A Major Keys came through. Appreciate you for coming through. Digital Mozart also came through to the stream today. Our channel member, one of our channel members, Dynamite Jamming Wonder, came through. Chuck G also came through to the stream. Aaron Gadsden, and I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. I don't think I missed anybody. DJ Federic, I think that's how you say that. Hey, Chris, appreciate all the info you have been sharing. You helped me steer towards Reason 12 while I have been heading towards Ableton. Keep it up. Hey, man, I'm glad to hear it, man. I appreciate that, and hopefully I can help you. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, or, you know, hopefully I can be there to help with the tutorials as you choose to go the Reason route. You know, Ableton also is a great software. Ableton is definitely a great software. So if you can do both, or if you can, you know, dibble and dabble, you know, until you figure out where you're most comfortable with, then, you know, I suggest you do that, you know. But, you know, all good. DJ Steez as well came through to the stream. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for helping us out, broski. You know, it is my pleasure, man. I appreciate y'all for all of the love and the support of this channel, man. Congratulations to everybody. I should have had my hat on. I had this hat earlier. I should have had my little party hat. Congratulations, everybody. Reason 12.5 VST3 is here. Reason 12.5 VST3 is here. Congratulations to all of those who've been waiting diligently trying to get this VST3. It's finally here. I hope you're able to cook up that Grammy winning production now that you have VST3 inside of Reason. And with that being said, I already saw somebody already asking for the next thing. Oh, well, now we got VST3. Now we want to have this. And, you know, it is what it is. But I'm excited to keep seeing everything that, you know, Reason has coming. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be excited with it, you know. Hopefully everything that we're working on, you know, will come to fruition if we keep working hard, if we keep being diligent. And at the end of the day, man, don't forget, you know, we're just trying to have fun, right? We're trying to have fun. So let's keep having fun. Let's keep enjoying this thing that we're doing called life and music in our life. Let's keep it going. But yep, my name is Chris Reed. Until next time, peace. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Hey, thank you so much, DJ Frederick. I really appreciate you, man, for the super chat. Hey, I really appreciate that. Definitely had to come back into the live stream to say thank you personally. Make sure that you got that. Also, someone was asking for the synchronous video, so I'll put that link in the chat. Thank you so much, DJ. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being you and your generosity, man. Any way that I can help, please let me know, okay, man? With that being said, peace. All right, y'all have a good day. I'm finna go give me something to eat, but definitely wanted to come back and share that super chat from DJ Frederick. I really appreciate you, man. Thanks so much, bro. All right, peace, y'all. Talk to y'all later. I'm finna get some food.